Yeah, I made some decisions that weren't great as well, and so did he. And
That must be really hard for you.
It is tough, but there's a lot of stuff that reminds me of her, in like relationships.
Once in a while, we're reminded by the formerly famous Jelena love team, and it makes us wonder, what has the famous singer Selena Gomez been feeling lately? Does she still have lingering feelings for Justin Bieber? Well, to answer those questions, why don't you join us as we uncover the mysteries behind Justin and Selena's relationship? Relationships have their great and not so great moments, but those downsides can be even more complicated than what you'd expect. After so much time you spent with each other, sharing bad times and good times, you'd probably think you know your partner very well. A breakup from that relationship can almost feel like a bad dream you want to wake up from, sometimes spending a lot of time contemplating if there's even a slim chance of getting back together. Well, the biggest question that's been circling in our heads is if Selena feels the same way, or if she's already over her heartthrob ex-boyfriend, Justin Bieber. And to answer that question, we'd have to dive deep down at the lengthy and complicated history that Justin and Selena share to truly understand the nature of what's currently going on between the two. Believe it or not, their history begins from 10 years ago, when Selena, who was 18 at the time, and Bieber, who was 16, were caught cuddling at IHOP, a fast food pancake franchise for those wondering. However, they later both denied anything romantic was at play, with Selena making perhaps one of the best denial statements we've come across, telling Us Weekly, "Justin is one of my best friends. It was just pancakes," which is still quite suspicious. Cuddling with your best friend? Really, Selena? At the beginning of 2011, the couple was caught kissing on New Year's Eve in St. Lucia, in the Caribbean, all but confirming that there was something romantic going on. Soon, not long after, they finally became publicly official in February 2011, when the couple made their red carpet debut at Vanity Fair's Oscars party, photos of which subsequently coined the term Jelena, ensuing fan meltdowns. In November of 2012, after 2 years of dating, the pair had their first split. Yes, first, Jelena was also famous for being an on and off couple. The causes of the separation reportedly include trust issues and the couple's young age, which was understandable. It seems that the relationship meant a little less to Justin when he wasted no time and was soon linked with Hailey Baldwin after unfollowing Selena on Instagram, a bold move for the young singer. 3 years passed, and there was no progress of their relationship or sign of Jelena ever coming back. Still, fans didn't show signs of giving up. Well, not until the end of the year 2015, where a video emerges of Bieber serenading Gomez in a hotel room, which raises the question, are they dating again? Fans were overjoyed after hearing of this and started celebrating the unannounced upcoming reunion. This proves how crazy fans were in hoping that these two people were meant for each other. However, those hints left fans puzzled because there was still no confirmations from the pair for another long time. In 2017, after not talking for over a year, Selena Gomez was seen with Bieber having breakfast, only days after news emerges that The Weeknd and Gomez broke up. Straight after it was revealed, Bieber and Gomez are seen together again when they were spotted riding bikes together, laughing, and even boldly kissing at an ice hockey game. Perhaps this time they'll stay together for good? Nope. In mid-March, news broke out that Justin and Selena put their romance on hold, and Justin rekindled his romance with Hailey Baldwin yet again. Fans were quick to assume that Hailey was just a rebound for Justin. Still, all those allegations went down the drain when the two quickly married in a courthouse ceremony after 5 months of their newly rekindled romance, which put Jelena fans in tears. Everyone just assumed that Jelena would work through that puzzle together. Still, with each dramatic breakup starting with the first in November 2012, the couple only seems to be drifting further and further away from each other. Selena opened up her decision that she wants Justin back in her life, saying, "I cherish people who have really impacted my life. So maybe before, it could have been forcing something that wasn't right, but that doesn't mean caring for someone ever goes away, and that goes for people in general." Well, it seems she wants to clarify that she still wants to be on good terms with Justin. She still cares for him and still needs him in her life. In an Instagram Live video, Selena generally talked about the emotional topic of forgetting someone, and she said, "Well, you can't really just forget. You can't really just forget someone. It's more like you have to figure out why you're still holding on to them. Like, why do you want to forget them? And then I think that's where you start asking yourself that question. Like, why do you want to forget them? And did they hurt you? And if they did, it's not healthy for you to go back or to that thought, It's not good as far as like losing someone. I mean, you never do, but sometimes forgetting can be a bad thing, Sometimes you might need to be reminded of something, so whatever that question meant, I hope I answered it. Yeah, that's true. Someone said I think the real question is why don't you want to forget them? I don't know if I've done a good job. She opened up and talked about her feelings honestly. From what it looks like, Selena can't stay away from Justin. As everyone knows, they both genuinely still care for each other, and Selena has always obviously had feelings for Justin. It's been so long, it's already 2021, but Selena is still single. Why though? Is it because she's just waiting for Justin, or is she simply embracing singlehood? Since the breakup, she hasn't dated anyone, so it's pretty obvious she hasn't seen that special someone yet. And it looks like that gorgeous lady is still content with waiting patiently. She even built her progressing cosmetic company from the ground. Meanwhile, Justin and Hailey's relationship seems to be going strong. Justin loves Hailey. She cares for him. They look the absolute happiest. And if Justin decides to go back to Selena, it would just be silly because the pattern of their past relationships together hasn't been so great. Well, Justin still knows the girl he first fell in love with at 16, the one who caused him to muse, is someone he still has a special place for in his heart when you love someone that much. Even if something comes between you, it's a love that never really dies, and the two fail to notice that. When Justin reconciled with 21-year-old model Hailey Baldwin in June, some 7 years after joining him at the premiere of his Never Say Never biopic, the pop star quickly realized that she was the person he couldn't live without. Ever since they reunited, they have been inseparable, and Justin always knew Hailey, and he had a unique, incomparable bond. But after everything happened, Gomez escapes to a Tennessee treatment center to focus on her mental health. As their history grew far less cute and increasingly more concerning, fans wondered if Gomez would be better served moving on from her same old love. Fans had every right to believe that this time might be different. The years had given the now 20-something singers to mature. But as Gomez became increasingly more open about her struggles with depression and anxiety and a battle with lupus that led to a 2017 kidney transplant, Bieber seems to have firmly put his immature antics behind him. Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin seem to solidify this more adult version of their union by enjoying date nights at church, of all places. Everything is so much different this time around. Justin is being a gentleman and showing how much he cares for Hailey. He is also more open about his feelings towards Selena, which has been a big sign of him maturing, but they are still separated. As for Gomez, their most recent split taught her once and for all that Bieber is not what her heart wants. A sad but justifiable ending to the love team known as Jelena. This might not have been the ending the Jelena fans have always predicted, but it certainly seems like a happy ending. You guys would be happy to know that Justin has reached out to his ex-girlfriend Selena Gomez during the lockdown, and maybe he just wants to bury the hatchet and be on good terms with Selena? Well, let's just see what destiny has in store for the both of them. Now I'm curious about what you guys think about the matter. Is it more appropriate for Justin and Selena to forget about each other, or is this the right course of action? We would love to know your thoughts on the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you in the next one.